Hi.
Hi, how are ya?
Good. How are you?
I'm a little jealous
I'm sorry.
because last night you had a really big event in New York and I wasn't there, so I have a little FOMO.
Yes, I tagged along with Kim Lionetti for Lynn Painter's book launch event at the Barnes& and Noble in Union Square, which, first of all, have you ever been to that Barnes& and Noble?
Of course,
I have not.
it's
You
amazing.
say, of course. I have never been there.
I used to go that bookstore in Union Square. It's been there forever.
Oh,
I used to go there to do all my book research. When I was an editor in the city, that's the store I would go to, and I would literally plop my butt down in the aisle in front of the shelves to research what was hot, what was selling. This was, many, many years ago. And honestly, I still do think going to the bookstore is more effective than like perusing Amazon or online, because what they're shelving in the bookstore. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time there. It's
it was
amazing.
incredible. It was 4 stories worth of books. I don't even think I've ever walked by. I feel like I'm never in Union Square. That's
Yeah,
probably why. But it
yeah.
was incredible.
A
And
lot of good
then
restaurants around there too. You could really make a good day of it.
there were a lot of good restaurants
I
around
just
there.
want to backtrack before you talk about this. You said you tagged along with Kim, but the truth is you are also one of Lynn's agents.
Yes, I am.
So quit like making it sound like you are not involved in this glorious moment.
Fair point. Yes. However, Kim represented this one particular book. But
But you
I
went
will
for
go,
your client.
yes, but I will go anywhere Lynn Painter is because Lynn Painter is truly hilarious. And if you have watched Lynn Painter's video on our channel, you will agree.
So fun.
But it was just awesome to see an author like at the height of their game just kind of have this fandom around them and their like everything they've ever written. And it was a launch for her newest book, Fake Skating. But the questions that popped up about all her books and the way these fans were just kind of like geeking out over being there, it was like coming off the signing line and squealing and like all the merch that they were with. It was truly like an incredible sight.
But also Lynn is so great to do this with because Lynn just embraces it. Like goes
Yeah.
like it's a lot of work. Like, authors often, especially if they're unpublished, have this dream of where Lynn is and the book signings and the tours. But it's a lot. This might be her second or third trip to New York this year. And, when you do something like that, her schedule is intense. It's not like she's coming in and spending the day laying around in a hotel and going to a signing
Right.
for 2 hours. She is running.
Right. So she was at the Simon and Schuster offices filming content, had the event at 6 o'clock. When I tell you the signing line it was 275 people signing two
Oh.
books each and taking a picture. It was like over 2 hours worth of signing.
Her hand must be killing her
I
today.
know, right? Like you gotta ice that. And then on GMA this morning, and then we'll be in Boston today.
And she had like a dinner last night,
Yeah.
and she's had multiple meetings
Yeah, it
so
is
she
a
has multiple publishers, and then yeah, and now she's like getting zipped off to another city to
yeah.
do it all over. She's gonna have to sign another 300 books today.
Yeah, it's a full commitment. It's not easy work to do at all, and it's draining,
And
but
she's still writing another book.
many other books.
Any other books? Yeah, it's really, but she just rolls with it and brings such joy to it, and it's real. It's not like she's
Yeah.
there in front of the crowd faking it because she has to. She really enjoys the whole process, which is
Yeah.
cool.
It was amazing. And actually, yeah, I do believe that was the first book launch I've been to for a client
Oh,
because so many of my books started coming out in the COVID years and there
yeah.
weren't a ton of events in person. And then, not a ton of events in New York City. So,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's amazing and so
yeah, it was pretty
fun. But
cool.
it is rare, believe it or not, for agents to be able to go to book launches because A, book launches like that are rare.
Yeah, and the ones that are
And
happening are more local.
yeah, yeah, usually authors have them locally, and we can't make it to all of those. That would be a
Yeah.
lot. We'd never get any work done.
No, we would
But we would
never.
be having fun.
They are a lot of fun. Yeah. And just to again, like I can't get over like how much enthusiasm just to be in the same room as your favorite author, which I get. I do get it. it was cool to see.
It always kind of blows me away because that's not my thing.
Yeah. Oh no,
Like
I would have
I
died
I
up there.
know, and a lot of readers clearly are, but that has that sort of celebrity in general is really not my thing. So
Yeah. But one of the things, and we've talked with Lynn in the past too, but I think one of the things that like when it comes to marketing and publicity is bringing that energy to everything.
yeah.
Like, no, not every author is going to have a sold out event in the Barnes and Noble in Union Square in Manhattan. But you can bring the energy that you would have for that event to a social media comment. You can
Yeah.
bring the energy you would have to that event to sharing your USA Today bestseller list or your Kirkus review. Like, you can bring that energy to everything. And I do think that that's what will foster the most engagement and community around you is like
Yeah.
everything is to be celebrated
Yeah.
and
And
to
I
be
think
humbled by, I don't know, like I think it is.
And I think it's hard. And I get it. It's hard
Yeah,
for
it
authors. I
is.
mean, it's hard for us. Bragging is hard. We have every week at our meeting, we used to have a segment called Braggadocious, where
Yeah.
everybody was like, required.
Do not miss that.
Well, my whole point of it, everybody was like, required to brag about themselves. And it didn't have to be work. It could be personal. It could not be about your kids specifically. It had to be about you. And my whole point of doing that is that we don't sort of toot our own horns enough in a way that we take a moment to really celebrate ourselves. And I
Yeah.
was trying to encourage that everybody here take a beat and go, what I did this week, this moment was really cool, and I should be proud of that. So by saying it out loud, you have to be proud of that. And I think authors sometimes get stuck on that of you get stuck in that thing like, oh, I published a book, but a lot of people publish books, or oh, I published a book and it did really well, but it didn't hit the New York Times list, so it's not that important. Or when you run into people, we do all the time, and I'm sure authors do all the time, who say, have you worked on anything I've read? First of all, the people who ask that never really read books.
Right.
So annoying.
It's
Like
so funny because
what a condescending thing to say to some. I don't know. Have you worked with anybody I know?
yeah.
Like oh, you're a lawyer. I don't know. Do you represent any celebrities? Like what is that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny because that is my not my bag. I do not like the bragging at all. So it's
No,
hard to do. And I think that's why promotion, especially for like so many writers are introverted or like lean towards introversion. That's not easy. It's not easy at all. I mean, when I was doing it for my own book, I would have rathered the floor open up and just I didn't want to do it.
I mean, I think I can honestly say I was doing bookends for 15 years before I would say I own a literary agency. People would say, "What do you do?" And I would say, "I'm a literary agent. I represent authors, sell their books to publishers," because that's pretty much what you say to people who don't understand
Yeah,
business and aren't that interested. And then they would say, "Oh, do you work with anybody I know?" And then the conversation would go on. And it had to be a conscious effort
to
for
shift
me to
that.
make the shift. And even to this day, when people ask what I do, I stumble because I feel like to say I own a literary agency, it's still just like even saying it now to all of you people who know, it makes me like I'm
It's
bragging.
funny you say that because I think this conversation happens so often for writers, like the use of aspiring author
Yeah,
or I want to be a writer or things like that. But making that mental shift is so important. I think it's James Clear, right? Atomic Habits. Like it's
yeah,
not enough to just change what you're doing. You have to change the way you see yourself.
yeah.
It is important to make that shift, to make the shift into I am this thing.
I am a published author.
Yeah,
Like I am a published author, or honestly, I think that, I am an author is
yeah,
fair, or and I think you really have to decide. Like I had to decide to say I own a literary agency,
right.
I'm a published author, you know, um, I think that you could say, oh, I'm an agented author because that is a big step. Joe Blow, your neighbor who only reads maybe one book a year and will ask you if you've know anybody he's read. Probably doesn't care, but I think it makes a huge impact on your self, which is why I did the braggadocious. It
Yeah.
wasn't like I didn't care what everybody was, I mean, I liked hearing what people were bragging about, but it wasn't about me or anybody else in the room. It was about building everybody else up to be able to own their successes.
Yeah, no, I really did love the idea behind it. Just the idea of me having to do it, I did not love.
Oh, but I don't think you're alone. I think everybody hated it, me included, because
It
it
was
was so
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. And we
Yeah.
did it for a couple of years, and I don't think it got any less uncomfortable.
Yeah, but we talk about it a lot. I mean, privately amongst ourselves. Like a lot of publishing, especially when you're first starting out, is just faking it till you make it. I know for a fact I was faking it until I made it for a long time. There were things that I didn't know, and you just pretend like you knew them, or
Isn't that life?
you just, yeah, you figure it out. You figure out who you can go to get the answers. You know, like my first conference, I had not
No,
a clue.
no.
Not a clue what was happening. I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm here to do. And you just do it. And even if you think you can't do it, you probably can. And you just have to fake it till you make it. I think that's a lot of what publishing really is in those first few years. And I would say even people at like Lynn Painter's level are saying, I don't know, we're just gonna get out there and like
I
I
mean,
would need blind confidence to get out on the stage for GMA. I
I mean,
would,
I think Lynn kind of said that when we talked with her on the
yeah.
video that, we asked her sort of what her social media strategy was, and she was like, I don't have a strategy. I just post stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's nuts. That's
Oh,
publishing though.
I would love to talk to her. Well, I mean, you did. Like, I can't imagine the how she felt about going on GMA before and after.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. We have to find out how she felt after. She's currently traveling, but she
Yeah,
was unbothered before.
she just rolls with it.
Just rolls with it.
So, but yes, so I think that I don't know. I think what you said though about bringing that sort of energy, and I think everybody, like, not everybody is Lynn Painter with that very charismatic, high energy, there is something special about her energy. But I think you have to find those places where you have that joy. I think so many authors like that unboxing of your books for the first time is such like
That's
a
a good example.
thrill, such a rush. So when other things happen, you need to sort of find that level of energy and joy and bring it to those other things.
Every time I get an offer and I call a client with the
Uh,
offer, I insist. There are several celebrations you have to do. Like you have to celebrate when you get the offer. You
yes,
have to celebrate when you accept the offer, and you have to celebrate when you sign the contract. Any one of my clients will tell you when I hang up, it's go find a way to
I
celebrate.
agree.
And
And
there
I
was a
think the
client,
same when you get an agent. When you
yeah,
get the offer, when you choose the agent that you're going to sign with, and then when you sign that contract. Same.
yeah, and there are clients that I like know their celebrations. Like there was a client that I worked with for years, and her celebration was, I'm going to get my favorite latte. I forgot the name of the coffee shop, but her favorite coffee shop, she would get the specific latte order every
Love
time
it.
good news happened. I
I
have
love
another
it.
client who will go out and hike in the woods with her dog. Like there are people that have their specific celebrations, and I think it's okay. Who was it you who always kept a bottle of champagne in the
I
fridge?
always keep a mini bottle of champagne in my fridge. And actually, as a goal setting strategy, at the beginning of the year, I bought a 6-pack of mini champagnes and I took a metallic Sharpie and I wrote each of my goals on one of the bottles.
Yeah.
And I only had 5 goals, so one of them just says joy. And
So for whenever you feel like you need a bottle of
like
champagne.
today was a good day. I have joy for today. It might not be related to anything I had planned, but that's the bottle I can have today.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that.
so I always keep one and so that, and it doesn't have to be big.
No,
Like
and
it
I think
could,
it doesn't have to be like official. It doesn't
no.
have to be like I got an agent or it could be I finished my revisions. I
Yeah.
figured out like break a writer's block or work my way out of a plot hole
Sent
or
that first query letter.
yeah.
Got a first request.
Yeah.
Yes, I think finishing the book and then finishing the revisions
Yeah.
and, starting a new book. Like I think all of those are worth celebrating because If you always wait for the big celebration that the world thinks you're supposed to be celebrating, I think you're missing where the real work is, which is the journey to get there.
Yeah.
So
On that note, I think that's a good place to leave it.
that is
This turned
good.
into a good video.
I know we had no idea what we were doing.
Right, right. Well, we hope it was helpful. Please celebrate, set your goals, set your little milestone achievements, find a way to celebrate them, and change your mindset. You are a writer, you are an author, you
Great.
will have all of the book deals that you want. So,
This video did exactly what I needed. I needed a mood boost today.
a
Now I'm
nice
happy.
uplift.
I know.
Yeah.
So thanks, everyone.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here next time.
Bye.